I hope that's catching that.
It's probably catching that one and not that one. Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and, yeah.
You can put this on that stick.
Flashlight!
How you doing?
Welcome, everybody. My name is Chase. Welcome to the Lurking Spirits podcast. I am here with Gabriella and Diane, and this is our very first podcast / investigation of one of the rooms in our house. This room, actually, we have had a lot of evidence in, and so don't mind the mess. It's a storage room. We're in the process of moving, so you're going to see a lot of clothes and stuff everywhere. But we have equipment set up all around. Some stuff you guys haven't seen on our channel is the REM pods that we bought, and we haven't used them recently because we've been sick. But this is the room where I have said we have caught shadows.
No, it just like
we have caught a whole bunch of activity, cat ball responses, a flashlight. So we're hoping that we get some good REM pod responses, and that we have a dots detector. So we're good. We're good. Let's go ahead and get our REM pod set up.
Mine's already over there.
Hers is already over there too.
It's one of the very sensitive ones, so it's going to take a lot of energy to actually make it go off.
Alright, mine is now up and functioning. What is going on with yours? You're holding it, that's why.
No, it started doing it when I first turned it on.
Oh, you might have to zero it out. Oh, mine's being held.
Look at this shit already. Okay, I'm turning this off.
I gotta zero yours out.
We're going to return it on.
Stop too. This temperature.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Alright.
Okay, well, that was exciting already.
Yep. So beforehand, what mine was just doing, where it was red and it was blinking like that, that means something is literally coming up and, oh, yours is going off. There it is. Don't mind it. That's the noise from
If
the
you hear
cat.
any background noise, we do have cats in the house, so they do squeal and scratch at the door and all that stuff.
Yep.
That we can debunk that.
Yeah, we're going to turn this off just so they can't be like, oh my god, it's the fucking electromagnetic frequency of your machine.
Excuse me, spirits. We're trying to do a podcast.
Yeah, Chase, since the last one. Okay, we hear you. Is that's not the temperature one, right?
No, that's full on Morse code.
Because I'm pretty positive.
Cat ball.
Apple!
Wow, look at this!
Yeah, no one's moving.
Now, guys, whoever's watching this is a normal occurrence for us. So yeah, we're kind of getting excited about this, but this happens on a regular. Every time we come in, this is what we find out what happens.
And so the other day we had the 2 REM pods, and we had, I think it was 2 cat balls and a flashlight. Literally everything was going crazy. My REM pod was going to blue, hers was going to full on grab, and we asked for confirmation, like, hey, can you go set off the cat ball? That cat ball right there went off, and then we were freaking out because everything was going off at the same time, and everything stopped at the same time, and then it continued on again. We have it on that camera that's right over there. It's out of view. This is currently spiking to red. Then we asked again if whatever was in this room was causing that, and then
arm back over here.
on cue, the cat ball went off. So we have a lot of activity in this room.
This is kind of what we're going to do in this podcast, and I'm sorry I wasn't trying to interrupt Chase or anything, but what we're going to do is, since we had the podcast before on a podcast site, we were talking about what got us interested in the paranormal and why we're so in tune to doing all of this and so passionate about it. Chase didn't get a chance to talk in that video, so we're going to have him talk and explain why first. And as you see, as we're talking, we're going to get interruptions from more ghostly spirits that love this room here, which is used now as a storage because we are going to be moving sometime in the future. We're not sure yet, but we're just, so it's kind of messed up. But Chase, go ahead. I want to.
One thing I'm going to say to just preface this, and that just went thread. Basically, what we are going to do is if we do a podcast / investigation of any kind, it will be done on YouTube. Now, we will be doing podcasts that won't necessarily show our faces all the time. And what do we have those other podcasts on?
Abby put it on. I think she might have put it on TikTok. I'm not
It's
sure.
not TikTok. It's
No, it's an actual podcast.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's an actual podcast. I'll go ahead and get the link. That it'll be in the description. I forget what she set it up on because I wasn't there for the first one. But can you zero that out and just double check just to make sure?
Turn it off.
That's not zeroing it. You don't have to turn it off. Do you?
I do. I reset it. I always reset it so the people watching and that know that I'm literally resetting it. And I'm turning that off.
Do one
There
more.
goes mine.
That's a full grab.
That's a full grab.
So as you can see, this is how entertaining it is usually every time we come in.
Here,
Chase,
this real quick.
go back to what...
That. So anyway, my name is Chase. I am a paranormal investigator with Lurking Spirits Paranormal. And what got me into paranormal investigating is a few things. When I was younger, thank you. My house, when I was younger, was, I believe, haunted. We decided to mess with a Ouija board up there.
Wow.
We
Okay.
decided to mess with the Ouija board a few years ago, and this was a long, long time ago when I was a teenager. And after that, it was a house that is located up in Pennsylvania, and we had some weird things happen there. That's where I started, kind of believing in the paranormal. I would go ahead and I would take photos of like the basement and everything and like around the house. And the one photo that I caught in the basement, and I wish I had the photo to this day, but there was a man standing behind the TV that we had. It was an old box TV that we used from like 1998. Your phone is on.
It's not a phone. It was never done
No.
before. What is going on
Oh
here?
my
We have activity in here tonight,
Oh my gosh.
apparently.
Tonight.
So go ahead, Chase.
Yeah.
Try to continue.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Look at this.
This is what we're talking about. This happened the other day. If that's you, can you set off this
Look at
cap on
this.
right here? This one in between the REM pods? Can you set that one off as well?
Yeah, please take that one off as well.
And you can turn the flashlight on too while you're at it.
And if you want to turn that flashlight hasn't been on ever since we started this podcast. If you are here and you would like to confirm this is you, turn on that flashlight that's right there on top of that dresser. Anyway.
To be continued.
So yes, as I said, we dabbled with the Ouija board, and then whenever I don't think they can hear me over all this.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What is happening?
This is awesome. Cat ball? Cat ball on cue! Cat ball on cue!
Yes!
Oh my god!
Oh
This is
my God.
unreal!
Cat ball? Can you turn that one on right there?
Happening?
This one right here. This one isn't sensitive. This one is actually a lot harder to maneuver. So if you can't turn it on, I understand. You actually gotta take this one and sit there. Yeah, this one's bad.
Oh wow.
That
It
one's
did. You
bad.
shook it though.
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
god,
sure.
this is like,
This
look
one's
at
off.
this. This is unreal.
Another cat ball.
Turn
You
the
guys
flashlight
are
on, too.
amazing.
Turn
Oh
the
my-
flashlight
Can you
on,
turn the
please.
flashlight on? The black flashlight?
The
right there,
flashlight
cat
might
ball?
need to be reset. I don't
It might,
know. We'll
it might,
see.
it might.
Okay,
Yeah,
Chase.
it went back on.
Try to
Anyway.
continue.
It's doing it again.
This is unreal.
My God. So whenever, after we dabbled with the Ouija board, I would take photos with a flash camera of every single room in the house. And I caught a man standing behind an old box frame style TV. Like one of those static ones where you turn it on and you get the shock of a lifetime. One of those. It was from like 98 or something. We used it to plug in our PS2 at the time. It was the PlayStation 2. And so there was a man standing behind a TV. Well, a few weeks later from that, and I remember this extremely well, me and my brother, we shared the same room. And we saw a shadow form in the corner of the bedroom. And we both asked each other, hey, you see that too? And we both confirmed it. And we had a pair of sunglasses end up on my bed by my pillow that were on my dresser. So we don't know how that got there. We were both in bed, and my dresser was by the door. So you have the wall, the dresser, the door's here, and my bed is right by the door. There's a desk in between us, and then his bed. And it came from my dresser onto me.
Well, hello again.
After that, we went ahead and we had stuff get thrown quite frequently. We heard noises and bumps, and we ended up getting really freaked out. And one time, at the point, I was very religious, and so was my family. We decided to play Bible. Like we played the Bible on a phone that was connected to a Beats Bluetooth speaker hooked up to the wall. That speaker worked it was brand new, and that speaker got blown up. It literally stopped working, and nothing could connect to it. The speakers blew, everything. We had our pastor come and bless that house. Oh my God! Cat ball.
Cat ball again.
And so I've had a few more experiences from when I was younger, but that right there kind of solidified my view on the paranormal. Made me believe a lot more. And then obviously I was a huge fan of paranormal researchers on YouTube, like for example Twin Paranormal and Overnight. So that kind of is what got me into getting all the equipment and going to all these different places trying to find proof of the paranormal so we can basically have fun doing it,
Well, hello again. Can you let us talk for just a couple minutes, and then you can do whatever you want?
My goal with this channel is I want to go ahead and help people. I want to help people who feel threatened by spirits. I want to help people who would like to connect and be able to do what we do, but don't know how. I just want to help people in any way that I can, and I also want to learn more about this field, what happens in the afterlife, where do we go, what exactly is in store for us whenever it's our time. So I feel like it's something that I've always wanted to do ever since I was younger, was get all this equipment and just go at it. And that's kind of how I started to believe. That was my experience.
And for those of you who wasn't able to watch the podcast that we had, Gabriella and I can slightly recap of what we said on the podcast. Gabriella?
So basically what got me into this whole thing was I've always believed in the paranormal and everything because we grew up watching all the ghost shows like Ghost Hunters and
Thank you. You like Gabriella talking, huh?
Can you turn the cat ball on one more time?
Or the flashlight.
Anyways, so
They wanted you to speak. They wanted you to speak.
So we grew up watching Ghost Hunters and all these ghost shows, and so I've always believed in the paranormal. Well, a few things happened, especially in this house, since we moved into this house. This is my bedroom, but I don't sleep in here anymore because I kept on having nightmares, and I kept on having sleep paralysis, and I felt like something actually grabbed my foot and was going to drag me off the bed, and that's what kind of freaked me out. I didn't think it was malicious. I think it just wanted my attention to, maybe it was like a kid or something who was trying to grab me and push me off the bed or something. I don't know. I don't think it was evil, but I still don't feel comfortable enough to actually sleep in this room.
They drained themselves.
So,
No, I think they wanted
It's like, fuck
because
you.
they know this is her bedroom and they like when she talks.
So,
Can you make mine go off now?
You guys are awesome tonight is all I
The
can
other
say.
day, it sounded like, because with hers, they seem to like it a lot more. It sounded like it was playing Darude Sandstorm. Like, it made the tune of Darude Sandstorm. It was
Go ahead,
awesome.
Gabriella. Yeah,
That's
now
my
this is
favorite
spiking.
oh my
Oh my god, it's
Yep,
fully red.
Yep.
Alright, so, that was one of the things that kind of made me realize that I wanted to kind of have this as a career because, like, I also just want to find out what happens in the afterlife and know things about the afterlife that maybe people don't know about. So, yeah, mine.
So mine is, I'm not going to go into full length because we'll just talk about some of the videos and that we've already posted. But mine basically, a couple experiences that really, you might not believe one of them, but I swear to you under God's name that it is true. But the first one was, we used to play a game called Chicken, where we lived in a real rural area, and there was a hill that went up to where there was an old schoolhouse, only remnants of an old one-room schoolhouse. Beyond that, there was another hill, and you went up, and there was a couple houses up on the top stretch, and the one house was abandoned. So the Chicken was, if you could go up the hill to the second level of the hill, up to the abandoned house, up onto the top porch, and touch the door, you weren't chicken. You were something awesome. Well, of course, I only made it up to the top level. I mean, I was young. I'm thinking I was only maybe 12, 13 years old, if that. So I'd be going up the first hill, and as I was walking up the hill, I saw somebody coming down the road, and I thought it was my brother or one of my cousins or whoever. And I said hi. And it looked at me, but when it looked at me, it had no face. It was wearing a cloak.
It's grabbing both of them right now, like it's going up.
And it walked past me there's cat ball again. When it walked past me, it was floating, had no face. And when I turned back to say, thinking maybe my brothers or somebody was playing prank on me, it was gone. Ironically, that same night, one of my neighbors had passed away. They was talking to him during a football game. And he stopped talking, and they looked, and he had passed away in his chair, and it was about approximately the same time. So that was kind of the first one that was, if you can believe it, if that's fine and dandy. I mean, there's skeptics out there. I'm telling you, it really happened. The second one was when my dad died. Senior in high school, my dad died. He was an alcoholic, so he drank whiskey all the time. On the night of his funeral, he came to me. I heard, Diane. And I looked over, and my dad, just as plain as can be, was sitting there in his favorite chair. And he looked at me and said, Diane, everything's okay now. And he disappeared just like that. So from those incidences and more, which I don't want to get into, and that kind of got me into, okay, what's going on after you die? Can your loved ones come? Can they talk to you? Will they tell you that they're okay? Do they need help? Is there a last message they want to tell you? That's kind of how I got into it.
Okay,
Hello, spirits.
I'll have to pause there because I'm going to go ahead and revise my answer because what happened kind of isn't really spoken about with my family. So I don't really want everyone to know about that part of it.
Well, okay.
So one of the biggest reasons that like I said, I got into it was because I just want to know what's out there after we die. I want to know. I want to know what's.
Well, hello again.
I want to know what's on the other side. I want to be able to communicate. I want to be able to see. I want to be able to know that whenever I die, this is going to happen, and I want to be ready for it.
I'm gonna crawl on you.
The reality.
Hello?
That can't be you because you're too far away.
Yeah, that's not you. That definitely isn't you. No.
Seeing you're not moving.
Can you turn the cap on? Yep,
There
cap
you
on.
go.
Automatic cap
There
on
you go.
response.
So right there.
Perfect. Thank you.
This is amazing because usually we get activity in this room, but the activity that we're getting tonight
That was
is
probably me.
really through the
Otherwise,
roof.
it goes off by whatever's near it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cap on? On cue. How can you make that cap on never went off for like the last few minutes? Make sure we're still recording.
It's still recording.
It
I
is
can see
still
that it's still recording. I'm just seeing if it's like facing towards
Oh
everything.
my god.
Oh yeah, everything is in clear view.
Can you
This
see
is
the cat ball up on
amazing.
the dresser? Even?
Say cat ball, kid.
Cat ball. Can you go
Can you
up?
turn the cap on again, please? Just give it a good old smack. Oh, REM pod. I guess we'll have to figure it out whenever.
Just go up and touch it real quick. I can make sure.
No, because they are probably standing there, and I don't want to get into the.
And this
I'm
is
sorry
this
for
is
invading
spiking
your
again.
space.
This is going up to red. Yep. And the flashlight just went on.
Yep, cat ball.
Cat ball flashlight went on. Hi.
Wait, hang on a minute. Why did that entire fucking dresser shake?
Because Gabriella bumped the wall.
And
It
maybe
kinda-
the
yeah.
flashlight
I
turned
bumped
on
the wall.
because.
Well, I just heard a bump over
I
there.
didn't
Yeah,
bump the
like
wall. I
the
bumped-
entire dresser, cat ball, the entire dresser like shook.
Can you turn the flashlight back off?
I don't know if it's because you that cat ball just went off. That's unexplainable.
Go ahead, turn the flashlight off for us, please. Thank you.
Yeah. On cue.
Well, hello again.
Cat
And
ball.
cat ball again. Thank you.
Oh yeah, the cat ball is
Thank
definitely
you.
being
Can
seen.
you turn the flashlight back on again just so we know we're not going nuts?
And they can see no one's over there, correct?
Yeah, there's nobody here. This
Okay. This is what we do almost every single
spiking
weekend.
again, red.
We highly debated on even showing this because this room is a fucking disaster. But then again, we are in the process of moving. Why did that screen just go full on white? That screen just went full white.
Oh,
Look
shit.
at the door.
Hello?
What does that mean?
It's just white. I don't know.
Really?
It's just
Can you see everybody in that, though? Everything's okay?
yeah.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Good.
Can you turn the flashlight back on?
I
for
mean,
us
you
again,
can
please?
tell it's still
Like I
recording when
said-
the red light is on.
Like I said, we very we talked about it. We were planning on not even showing anything in this room, but the evidence we capture in this room is so unexplainable that we just had to show you guys. It's dying.
It's that one. It's
Okay.
that one bar.
Well,
Okay.
let's
just
we
go
just-
ahead and do we
Just
wanna
record
swap out
until
that?
it's off.
Let's record until it dies, and we can just come
Are,
back.
are we gonna? Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
light would just. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is just kind of part of, we'll go. Can you turn on that REM pod up there?
There's the
No,
cat
I
ball.
thought I was gonna say
Okay,
cat
yeah,
ball.
Yep.
Now the REM pod, the black REM pod that's right beside the cat ball if you go one device over. Yep, that one with the huge antenna. The black box with the huge antenna. So fun fact about that REM pod, that used to be my REM pod up there. And we took it to the backyard the other day. And is this like a sign? It's fully grabbing mine. And the sensitivity isn't even all the way up, it's on 2.
Okay. Well, hello again.
And that REM pod never went off in the 3-4 months that I've had it. And in the backyard, we nowhere near it. We didn't record it, but it went off.
Yeah, we should have recorded
We
it.
should have. It was like the first time that REM pod has ever went off in 4
But we all
months.
feel kind of strange in the backyard, so we kind of
Really
wanted to do a mini investigation. And
Really
it, as soon as we were like, "Can you make the cat ball?" No, the REM pod go off. It actually went off, and
It
we
did,
all
But that's the
freaked
only
out.
thing. That is the only one that went off. Mine never went off. Hers never went off. Just that one. Didn't want to set off the other ones.
And it's not like a malfunction or anything. I jumped around it to see if the ground was shaking or something, and there was nothing. The only way that you can make it go off is by going by it, and none of us was close enough to make it go off.
Now, last week, well, hello
Flashlight.
again there. Can you turn the flashlight back off so you're not blinding us? And we can ask you some questions there in a few minutes.
Oh,
Or not.
Gossamer is
Okay,
That might
we
be
went
me.
last weekend. We went
Oh,
to a little graveyard
Huh?
that
Are
was
we-
kind of recommended to us that possibly, and I have to stress, possibly may have activity. Well, when we went there, not a lot happened. We were only there maybe 15, 20 minutes tops, but it maybe only has maybe 30, 40 tops graves there. It's an old cemetery, but it's like a family-oriented cemetery. We went there as soon as we got out of the car. My son Eric, who joins us on occasion, the EMF reader, it spiked completely to red. My gauze meter, that one that makes that squeaky ticking noise, that went off. We did ask questions. We did get a little bit of response with What, did the cat balls go off? Or
No cat balls,
or nothing.
no run
But
dogs.
on our spirit talker, we did get some response on that. And basically what we found out, that was because it was a little family-oriented cemetery, it basically told us, we are happy here, we're all relatives, we're family. They were not stuck. They didn't feel like they were stuck. They were content with where they were, and they were happy being able
And
to
you can
visit
pull up the
family.
logs on that too. Like, it did not feel. Normally, whenever you pull up to a place that is known to be haunted, like let's say Crybaby Bridge or Oakwood Cemetery, you get a feeling. Just by looking at it, you get a feeling. We hopped out the car and we were just chilling. No flashlights, even. It just did not feel negative in any way. And we have the logs.
I won't be able to pull out my logs because it's full on my thing.
Is it?
So yeah, it's
Okay,
not.
well, we had the
But
logs.
there's cat
Cat
ball
ball.
again. It was interesting
Cat
though
ball.
because it did tell us that, you know, it appreciated that we were there asking questions, but it did want to tell us that they were happy because they were all among family, and so because we're
We
respectful.
do have it on video.
We
though.
do,
might-
we do.
Well, yeah, we definitely have.
We may show that, like I said, it's only 15 to 20 minutes, but because we respect the spirits and we try to be as honest and open and true to what we do, we told the spirits, okay, since you're happy and your relatives, we're just going to leave you in peace, and we're not going to bother you.
So to the spirits.
1843 to 1947. I am going to put the REM pod on. Here, go ahead.
Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves as well. Hello, my name is Chase.
I am Diane.
I am Gabriella.
I am Eric.
And we are here to communicate with you and learn more about your past. That's a broken tombstone.
I'm going to put the spirit talker on. If there's anybody here, this machine that I'm holding in my hand, you can speak your words, anything that you want to say. You can use this machine here, and it'll pull out a word from what's inside of this device, and it'll give you a way to communicate with us. So if there's something you want to say, you can use that device right there to speak your words to us. And then this machine right here that I'm going to put is gonna, I'm going to turn it on.
Year.
And if you touch it like that, it'll make that machine go off.
It said year.
Are you talking about the year that you were born here? I mean, that you were buried here?
There you go. I also set up this device right here. It's called a REM pod. It's a little bit harder to manipulate. It's the same one as over there, but you need a lot of energy. So if you want to make that go off, we'll be very impressed.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I heard
Okay.
something walking right behind Chase. Hey, my gauze
your
meter
finger's
is
on.
going off a little bit. And Eric, is your EMF going?
No. Highest it's
If
been
you
is
get
yellow.
the word year, if you're thinking the current year right now is 2023, so you have passed on for a very long time. This is your land? Is that how you feel about it now since they buried you here? Go ahead, Chase, ask some questions.
Can you interact with the REM pod that's right here, set up right beside your tombstone? All you gotta do, and I'll demonstrate it for you, is you gotta get near it. All you gotta do is reach your hand down to it. We're going to set mine.
Okay. You don't need to be afraid of it. It will not harm you. All that is that is a way that you can let us know that you are near us. You do not need to be afraid of anything. Again, I'm not here, well, we're not here to disrespect you in any way. We're investigators and we just want to come and tell your story. Maybe there's something that
Someone's
you
walking
want to
behind
tell
me.
a loved one or somebody that you know. Maybe you want to tell them your story, and that's what we're here for.
Are you walking behind me?
I
Here.
don't think anybody will sneak up in your car and take anything out.
No.
I was just gonna set up mine too.
Whatever. I can fucking stay there.
So any of these devices here, none of these will harm you in any way. It's beautiful,
beautiful
here. It
here.
is. It's a very peaceful cemetery.
We have never gotten that before.
And we hope that you're resting in peace.
Hold on, y'all. The
And
lighting
if
is.
there's a story you want to tell someone, we are here to tell that story. Again, like I said, if it's something that you may want to tell your loved one, or something happened to you and you want somebody to know what actually happened to you, you can tell us through that device, or you can touch one of these machines. My gauze meter, well, there it went. It shut off.
Mine's been staying, you guys. I've been spiking some folks down there.
We'll do up here and then we'll move down there. And then we'll cut across. If anyone here that can hear my voice, if you can hear me,
Illegal? Are you saying that we're here illegally?
if you can hear my voice, you can come speak to us. We will not hurt you. We are here to learn more about you and about your past.
We are not trying to be here illegally. We came here like out of respect.
We have a lot of devices for you to play with. We have motion activated cat balls that if you put your energy into them, they glow just like that one right there. There's one there, and there's one on this tombstone and that tombstone.
I'm going to put this device here. I'm going to touch it. It's going to go off. See how this device goes off? And then I'm going to reset it. So right there, if you want to go close to that and touch that, that'll tell us that you are near to us.
So the people on the video know. So to the spirits that are actually communicating with our devices, I thank you personally. This is a video for an investigation for our channel, but it's also to talk about our past investigations, being that we've already done 4 of them already. I'm pretty sure it's been 4. We got the Mineral Spring Park, we got the
Crybaby
Bridge, private investigation, Oakwood, and we have a
But
surprise.
Oakwood was in 2 parts. Hi again over there. It was in 2
Yeah, it was
parts.
2
So,
parts.
but
And
we can talk about all these investigations too.
Yes.
Start from Mineral Springs, and we can say how we felt about it and go on up. Look at this.
And we do have another location coming up here soon. I'm not going to disclose where about it is, but you guys will see it whenever we basically had to reschedule it 3 times.
Well, hello
I'm
again.
going to say, and we're hoping that this next time we have it set, we hope that it's going to stay. But it's going to be a good video, and it is haunted. A well-known South Carolina paranormal investigator has investigated it, and before he passed away, he said that it is guaranteed haunted.
He literally said it might be one of the most haunted places in this part of South, in the upstate.
Yeah, in the upstate. Hi. Hello.
So Mineral Springs,
You
that
light
was
up
our
yellow?
first one. When we go back to Mineral Springs, when we talk about it, first of all, we had no camera. We had no camera. We
No
used
camera.
our cell phone. We had no equipment other than an
Good job.
EVP recorder, a flashlight, and some cat balls. That was it. But we had responses, which Chase, you can go ahead and talk about that.
We did. One of the things that we found out about the Mineral Spring Park,
Well, hello.
Hi.
not a lot of them like to be recorded. Whoever we were talking to, and we went there without recording multiple times as well. Actually, the day we got the REM pod, this REM pod right here that's going
Please
off
turn the
like
flashlight
crazy,
back off.
we went ahead and we used it there, and it went off for us. They do not like to be recorded. Now, the spirits that are at that bridge in the backside of the park, they're completely fine with it. They're cool. They love the cat balls. They love the REM pods, the flashlights. They love all that. But by the spring, you got to be very careful. You got to be very, discreet about recording. That's why I kind of stopped the recording and had it at my lower leg, so I can go. I asked if they could put it to yellow.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Well, there you go. And I said let go, and it did.
After I asked if they could put it to yellow, it went up to like blue.
The funny thing about Mineral Springs, too, to go with what you're saying, is you captured that the owner of the springs, he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
When we went over to that bridge over there, there was a lady over there that showed up that said they have not found me. So she was either somebody that was missing and something happened to her, but an accident of some sort did happen on or near that bridge, and she came through to us.
Oh, no, we've done 5 investigations, because theoretically, not only did we do the Mineral Spring Park, we did the other cemetery, or Huff. The Williamston Cemetery.
Yeah.
We did that.
Well, we combined that and the Mineral Springs together, so that was on one video.
Separate from each other. But the funny part is, with that video, where we did the Huff investigation, and I was watching the Estes method that we did, and you were like, who are we talking to? And I'm not sure if you guys caught it, but it's on the recording. I go, Huff. While I was there. I didn't even know I said that.
And the funny thing about, not to interrupt Chase or disrespect Chase in any way, is the funny thing about it is Williamston Cemetery is a decent-sized cemetery, but Oakwood Cemetery in Spartanburg is huge.
Giant.
We go to Williamston Cemetery, and every time the feeling of uneasiness and just eeriness, whatever emotions you have, is there. We went to Oakwood, and we were just as peaceful as can be until we got up after midnight, and whoever was there, they looked like they were doing seances and using the Ouija board, some kind of rituals or whatever, and then all hell broke loose and everything changed.
The very first time that we went to Williamston Cemetery, we didn't feel anything at all. We thought that it was very peaceful. It wasn't creepy, it wasn't eerie, it wasn't anything at all. Then we went there a few more times, and we don't know if it's because of the video that we posted or what that got more attention to it, if somebody did something there. But now if you go there, you kind of already feel
hello again,
really eerie and creepy, and it's coming from the back part of it too. It's not like the main middle or
up front.
Yeah, it's not from the front part. It's from the back where the woods are.
Yeah.
You want to feel something staring at you.
You want to tell them what we heard though at the cemetery?
Oh my God.
And we heard it at the same time. It was the same day we got the REM pod. Me and her. We didn't have Diane. She wasn't feeling good. It was me and Gabriella. We went ahead and we went to the cemetery together. And we were doing our little investigation. We just wanted to get our devices to go off, see, and test them. Obviously, we can test them in here. Clearly, they work. Say hi if you're going to use the cat ball. You use the cat ball to say hi.
Or the flashlight
Or the flashlight.
Or any
You're
of the
included.
devices.
Welcome. You can go ahead and touch any of the devices, any of the REM pods. I think they drain themselves again.
Yeah, they
if you got to save up your energy, go ahead and do so.
Yeah, because this was even spiking, and now it's not, so.
But what happened whenever we were doing our investigation, waiting for our things to go off, and they did at that time. They were going off like crazy. But we heard a hello.
Yes, it was.
We heard a woman's voice say hello.
It sounded like a young female, and I thought that I was the only one that heard it. And he was like, "Did you just hear that?" I was like, "What did you hear?" He's like, "I heard a female say hello," and I was like, "Yeah, I heard the exact same thing."
And it was like it was like someone going hello.
Yeah, it was almost like they were kind of like questioning where they were or something. I was like, "Hello,"
Yeah.
Well, hello
Hi.
again.
Hi. Well, hello.
Well, hello.
Well, hello.
Well, Nice.
I love how
Well, the
whenever we
first
go,
time
we're
the
like,
three of
"Excellent,
us went to the
shut that off."
cemetery when I was with you, that's when Gabrielle and I saw the shadow run between two tombstones and
And I
looked like
didn't
a
see that.
child.
It was definitely
But we didn't
I
feel
didn't see that.
uncomfortable though at that time. But it was just later
That was when
on.
the cap all
Yeah.
went off too.
But
Yeah.
it seems like now that we go there more and more and more, it seems like
I
maybe
think
people have been there since
They
we
have.
had that
I think
video.
they're doing stuff, their
And-
rituals, and I mean, and
Maybe not just
Can
that.
you let go?
Maybe it's the people that are communicating
Can you
with
please
the
let go?
spirits.
okay.
Can you touch that one? I didn't even ask. Oh my god, this is so cool.
Yeah,
love
but I
this.
mean that was interesting because it was after a certain
Yeah.
point. It was the first 2 times that I was there. It wasn't too bad, but it was like later on.
Even going through in the daytime, it
Yeah,
feels
it's eerie.
weird.
It's just something about it.
It
And
feels
we didn't
weird.
get any of that up at Oakwood Cemetery
You let
until
go of my
after
red
that
dog?
one point in the night.
Can you go ahead and let go of it? Step away from it, please.
Go ahead, let go.
But another
Hello
thing
again.
that we realized, especially in this room, is everywhere in this room is fine when it comes to like electricity and stuff. We have our EMFs and they don't spike at all in this room usually.
Unless it's
Tonight-
ramping in activity like it
It's
is right
spiking
now.
like crazy.
Tonight
yeah.
it's going crazy. I don't know what's going on here tonight. I think there's a ghost party going
Now,
on.
if you lose us during the course of this video, the short time we've been in here, that battery's already getting ready to go dead. So if
We
it,
should probably swap it out
if
right
it
now.
cuts out, she's going to get up and she's going to change it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you want to maybe do that now, I don't know.
Well, let me just explain
before
real
we
quick.
move
Okay.
into the second.
Okay, so really quickly, this usually doesn't spike up at all. This is a brand new EMF detector. It only detects electromagnetic fields. So naturally around a room it shouldn't go off at all, and it doesn't, usually. Well, the only place that it does is this mirror that is beside us, and we can't explain it. We've tried seeing if maybe it was like, what is going on tonight?
Morse
Wow.
If it was like electricity in the wall or something, and there's no electricity going through the wall at all, so we don't understand where the electromagnetic field is
Let
coming
it go.
especially if it was from the wall, it wouldn't be able to read it through the mirror onto the wall. So
Chase, you want to reset that or something? See if
Yeah.
it's because.
Well, clearly, I mean, I have a REM 0. Is it right here?
What was that sound over there?
That's not me.
Did you hear that?
I heard
No, I
I
didn't.
think it was that. No.
I there's a button on there where you can zero it
Yeah,
out.
Hello.
Okay, so solidifies it's not me then.
This
That's awesome.
little thing here, we got this laser grid here too we put up tonight. We don't use it too often because the last time we used it, it drained it really quickly.
Oh no, we use it at the
Well, I don't know
cemetery.
if they can.
No, but I'm talking about in this room.
Yeah,
The last
in the
time we
room.
used it in this room, it drained it real quickly. But what it will do is, if you watch our run up at Oakwood Cemetery, there's a couple times where you can see where the dots and that on it kind of get distorted a little bit. And usually if it gets distorted or something like that, means something's either behind it or in front of it. That's making the things distorted. So we decided to put that in here tonight and,
Let it go.
and use it again.
Can you grab it again? Can you full on grab it like you did before I asked you to let it go?
Make it go blue. Can you turn the blue light on that one?
I just turned it off and turned it back on.
What is happening?
And mine's just clicking a little bit now, so.
Battery's full. No, not full. Well, it is full.
Now mine's going to start down wacko. Right, you're good now, I think. I wonder if it's the kid that's usually in here.
Can you do me a favor and make it go to another color? If that's you.
Well, okay, I guess not.
Okay.
You're building up energy again? Okay, so we'll continue talking while you decide and build up energy, whatever you're going to do. We're going to move on then to Crybaby Bridge. Now, there's been a lot of, there's
yeah.
cat ball again. Crybaby Bridge, as everybody knows, there's a lot of different stories about it. We went, we are respectful, we try to find out the truth, we ask questions, we got answers. A lot of people say they don't get any response. We had equipment going off. We caught an apparition.
We did catch an apparition. And that video's been out for a while now, so we can clearly, give out a spoiler like, hey.
By the way, you can catch us on Lurking Spirits on YouTube. Please, if you view it, also subscribe.
You're now recording. Can you stop?
That was me at the time.
Yeah.
So that first phone wasn't.
Well, not only that, she said stop, and it stopped, so.
Do it again.
It's doing its clicking.
Alright, we're good. Shake the bed real quick.
It stopped.
Or stop. You just went.
And look, this is spiking red. Okay, you guys are active like crazy tonight.
Okay, so when it moves, that's gotta be on a still surface. It can't be moving like crazy.
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
That's a really heavy.
Okay, never mind. Don't know now.
Let go. Stop it. You. Stop. Thank you.
Wow. Okay,
See?
never mind. I guess I'm wrong.
Okay, now we were getting back to Crybaby Bridge, so
Yeah.
we had our evidence there. People can try to debunk it, and we're going to make it perfectly clear. If you're a skeptic and you want to debunk stuff, that's fine. We're not going to get upset by it, but we just wanted to let you know that we are legit. We are not trying to fake anything just to get views, because we do try to debunk stuff like with this stuff here and that now. We do try to debunk it. If you still want to be a skeptic, that's fine, I guess, until you experience something yourself.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be, and that's okay.
Can
Now,
we make this one go off? Grab it. Whoever is here. Anyone can.
we're turning the cat ball on.
Or turn the cat ball on. Yep. Cat ball.
I wonder if ants can make that go off.
I don't know.
I just had an ant call on it, so I don't know.
I doubt it. Oh my goodness.
I think it's heavy enough.
Pain in my rib again. Now we're going to go on to the private home investigation, which we didn't disclose the location out of respect to the owner, but that was quite an interesting investigation.
That was actually really interesting, yeah.
I mean, you can still say its name because it's in the video.
It's in the video.
Well,
We just don't disclose the location.
No, that's what I said, the location. Well, that's what the person is James, so he's in the video.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But the
James-
location we didn't want to disclose out of respect for him.
James is one of mine and Abby's good friends, and he said that he's been having a whole bunch of activity in his home since he was given the home, and he wanted us to investigate once he found out that we were paranormal investigators, and we were like, sure, yeah, we'd love to.
Didn't do anything.
You didn't bump the bed, you didn't do
I
anything.
didn't.
Somebody's touching it.
Now, the only
I
thing,
think it is trying to drain energy from it.
That's fine. I got another battery.
the thing that we did not expect to happen during that video was him to go haywire.
Yep.
We told him during the video and before the video even started that we try not to provoke anything. We try to be as respectful as we can because we don't want to upset anything, but we definitely don't want to get hurt by
Yeah, we
anything.
don't provoke, we don't do Ouija, we don't do seances, no rituals.
So we told him that, and we thought that it was going to like stick with him and that he was going to obey by it, but whatever was in his house made his emotions go crazy. I've never seen James act that way before, and it scared me. If you hear my voice in the video, I was like, James, stop it! You're gonna get hurt, because he wanted to lock himself in the closet. Like, are you crazy?
And I think
did shut himself in there.
whenever I did, what did I say whenever he
I'll
shut
kill
himself in the
you or
closet?
something.
I know I said a lot of negative shit, but I had no idea what you guys were even asking until I watched the video during the editing process.
It was crazy. And I was
fucking
yelling
insane.
too. I was like, James, get out of there right now.
The thing is I met James also a couple times before this, and
Like
he's
how?
a happy-go-lucky guy. And his personality from the couple rooms till we got to that one room changed drastically.
Stop it. Stop it.
Let go.
Back away.
You don't need to drain that energy like that.
Back away. Look what you're doing. Stop.
It's touching yours too.
You're causing a ruckus.
That cat ball just go off and stop.
It did flash.
Did anyone else just see that?
It did something, and it looked like it moved a little bit too.
And the other thing with James's house too, right when we started the investigation, James was, I mean, he knows that we do what we do, and he knows there was activity in his room, but at the same time, or his house,
Sending you to bed with no
he was a little bit skeptical. He's kind of a skeptic. But we let him set up a test in his living room. We told him to ask a couple questions that only him and his mother would know the answer to. And the question that he ended up setting up was, what was the nickname that my mother used to call me when I was growing up? And he gave like 3 or 4 different nicknames, and the one that she actually did call him came up, and it literally made him tear up. So anybody that, thinks like the flashlight method or any of these methods that we use, if you still doubt it, he was skeptical too until that happened. It made him extremely emotional. Same as when we do the Estes method. When I was during the Estes method, and I kept on hearing a woman saying, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby. And James said that his mother always said, my baby, and that made him pretty emotional too.
It's really scary when you go under the Estes method because you don't know what you're going to get.
You don't know what's going on around you.
Yeah, you're kind of in your own little, world. You don't know what's going on around you. You don't know what you're saying. You don't know what to even think. Sometimes there's a whole bunch of spirits talking all at once, and you're trying to decipher which one is actually the main one that's trying to talk to you. Sometimes there's just one spirit that's trying to get through, but another one kind of just comes out of nowhere.
Sometimes it'll make you real emotional when you least expect it.
Sometimes you'll just get super emotional. Like one time we were in here, we did the Estes method, and there was a little girl that came through. Now, all these things about this little girl that was very disturbing came through, and I started crying because I didn't even know I was saying all these things, but very disturbing things came through, and she was trying to ask for our help.
I think what's really weird, and we all caught EVPs in James's house. We're both recorders. Gabriella ran around and it said, hey, we clearly got that one. But whenever me and James went into the room, I forget what we went into the purple room. Was that the one that he got really irritated at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forget why we went in there.
I think it was.
But I started the recording as soon as we walked in, and you can hear not even a second into the video, get out. And it was really, really, really weird to hear that.
Yeah, we have a whole
caught it
bunch
just in time.
EVPs that we would like to show you guys if you guys want to hear about them. We could just have a whole video on EVPs.
Well, what we try to do now is like they do on Twin Paranormal and Overnight and what they do on those is they'll do about 15 minutes, half an hour of an EVP, and then they'll play back immediately. So you know that it was unedited and that it was raw audio. that, it was not touched. So we started doing that method now.
Although on the recorder you can't really, I mean, you could edit the video to dub over it and everything, make it sound like that, but on the recorder itself, you can't do anything. So
No.
if we just grab the recorder and just show you like the recorder itself and it going through all the time of it, we're not faking it.
Right.
We don't want to fake it.
Yeah, we want to just make sure that everybody understands that we are legit. We're not trying to
Exactly.
deceive our viewers and give them a bunch of crap. Everything we do is raw footage, video footage, and audio.
And it stops at the same time.
Yeah, they're communicating with each other or something. But yeah, James's house was quite interesting.
Oh yeah.
If you know James again, like we said at all, he's a very happy-go-lucky person. But whatever happened in that house, in that room in particular, it changed his
It really
personality.
messed with his
Yeah.
emotions.
When the camera died, I think it was like the third time into the night. We were recording on our phone, and we just set up into the purple. No, not purple. What was that end room there where we had the cat balls go off? And then we heard that loud fucking bang.
Yeah, it sounded like something knocked over
Yeah,
equipment on the
yeah,
floor, but we
we-
couldn't find what made that noise.
Nope. We ended up going through with our phone and trying to see if we could hear it on the phone. We all jumped, and we were like pretty decently freaked out at the time. We thought one of our equipment cases got fucking thrown off the table and everything fell. That's what it sounded like. But we got around the house, nothing. There was nothing. And of course the camera wasn't on, so we can't prove it. But to be fair, the audio on the phone didn't even pick that up either. It didn't even pick up the bang like we thought it would. So we don't really know what exactly happened that night. But I think after that investigation, we went to Oakwood Cemetery.
Yeah, and as you notice, if you watch our videos, each video we are getting more and more equipment. We're trying to be a little bit more respectful. Like Oakwood, I must say there was a lot of confusion for a little point up at Oakwood. It wasn't really that we were talking over each other or anything like that, but we kept on having the first half of the video, we kept on having people after people showing up, and we had a young group which was super, super nice people. They showed up and we had a conversation with them. Then another car came by, talked to us. Then another group of people. And it was just like nonstop like that the first half. So it was kind of like hard to do an actual really good down to earth investigation. But I did get touched at that point. My ankle got tugged by something. Abby's pretty sure that she saw maybe an apparition or something behind. She thinks it might have been the woman in white. We did get little Jimmy come through the
Little Jimmy.
yep.
And we didn't even hear him say Jimmy until we were in the editing phase.
Yeah, it was so cute too, a little tiny
It
voice.
was the tiniest
Yep.
little Jimmy.
Yep.
It's so adorable.
So, and he does like to be called Jimmy. His name's James. He does, he's a little kid. His mommy and daddy probably called him Jimmy. So if anybody goes there and investigates, call him Jimmy. He will probably respond to you a lot better with Jimmy.
He is the children's grave with a whole bunch of toys. Actually, the REM bear that I made with that REM pod up there in that video, the stuffed part of the bear I left it there for him.
We took him some balloons.
Yep, we left him some balloons because they were for free at Dollar
That was
Dollar
cool 'cause
Tree.
he said party.
And,
Yeah, he said party. We gave him the balloon. He said party, and he thought we was having a little party for him.
rocking, man.
It's real cute.
Can you make the REM pods go off if you're still here? Drain the batteries of them if you need to, or make a cat ball go off like that one up there. I think they're drained. I think they're just out.
I think they're draining the battery.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Now, and when second half, after everybody and all the craziness, well, then Abby got bit up there, like
Yeah.
that was. But we did see a lady in, and I'm going
That's
on.
in the video, right? Did we show?
Yeah, we did. We did. we did pass a lady up that had a Ouija board and she had her kids with her, and then there was another group that was doing a seance or a ritual.
I think
Funny
it's funny
thing
how that
is-
one group called us out.
Yeah, I know, and
They
how
were
we
like,
went into
how do you know we were doing that? We ran into 5 different groups. How you
yeah,
gonna
so
sit
how do
there?
you know which one
Are
we're
you
talking
guilty?
about? Yeah, like, and that's just it.
Like, are you singling yourself out here?
And the
Yeah,
funny
they
thing
just
about
find
it is when we went back after midnight, after running into them, you guys found that bone in
There
that
was a
area.
clean bone in an area where we were already had done investigated. That we knew it was actually right by one of the graves where I set up one of the capsules. I would have seen if there was a bone, and there is a bleached, clean bone just laying right by.
The
So they
funny
were
thing
doing a
about
ritual.
the whole ritual thing is the group that called us out, we didn't say it was them, we didn't say any group in specific, but they kind of just,
We don't even know if it was them.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
were
that's what I
driving
thought.
by.
we kind of have no reason to believe that it's not them now that they actually
They almost
said,
confessed.
yeah, they pretty much, they were like, how do you know that it was us? We didn't do a ritual,
And they said, joke's on you. You know, we thought, well, we don't even know who they are.
Yeah, I know. Jokes are on you. You just fucking called
Yeah, you
yourself
could
they
out.
have
were in
confessed.
a circle, they had a Ouija board, and they were doing something over there. When we came back, that bone was by the tree, and it was completely bleached. There
And
was
here's
nothing
the
on
other
bone.
thing, as we all can experience and you can all agree with. After that point, all the nice, calm feeling we had in that graveyard, we thought, get out, go, run. It kept on giving us warnings that whole time after
Yes,
that
we
point.
feel like the spirits in Pottersville
Pottersfield.
was trying to warn us that something bad was going to happen, but we didn't understand their warning.
We kind of
Just
heeded
yet.
the warning.
Kind of, because with Pee-wee,
That's a cat.
Cat at the door.
my cat is scratching at my door.
He
Sorry.
can't live without her. He's
Yeah,
so
he's
attached
kind
to
of
her.
obsessed.
Like he's her baby.
Anyways, we're pretty sure that they tried to warn us, but when it comes to apps, you kind of ignore some of the things that come
Yeah.
through unless it adds up to what you're asking or what you're saying, because it just pulls out random words and sometimes, and we're like, okay, well, this might not mean anything, and we ignored it when we shouldn't have. That was when I was like, do you see those eyes over there?
And we won't go and say anymore because if you want, watch the video
Yeah.
and you'll see what she's talking about, because at that point after she said, I see eyes, everything went.
Some crazy shit
Yeah,
started
yeah.
happening.
Just saying though.
We literally, I wasn't scared, but you got real uneasy. Like
No.
the whole feeling was different.
But whenever I heard the footsteps come towards us from in front of us, and as I walked closer to the tree line in front of us, it was like, go, leave, run. That's bullshit.
Mhm.
I heard those footsteps, and they were not human. They were human.
Yeah.
It sounded like a bear, but it was like towards the end of winter. So bears out of the question. Sorry.
Yeah, it
Bears
wasn't a
are
bear.
completely out of the question.
It wasn't a coyote.
And I go, if you're human, yell. We're not scared, but we want to make sure that you're not just here to fuck with us. And the footsteps got heavier and they got louder. It was whatever was there. I don't think it was even an animal. And I've been asked about this at work too, because some people from my job do watch our videos. What we saw and what we heard, I do not think it was an animal.
I honestly
do not
think it was a
think
skinwalker.
Their
Hello
Capel
again.
hasn't went off its own.
I
do
do
not
think it was
an
a
animal.
skinwalker, and here's why, and not to interrupt you, Chase, because
You're
I
good.
respect you. I think it was a skinwalker because everything fit the description. We heard a person moaning in the background, which sounded like the guy going, right
Whenever I
before
was taking
that.
the photo for the thumbnail,
Yeah.
we heard that. We heard
Yeah,
like,
which
we
we
heard
did.
someone.
We saw the eyes. Gabriella
Yeah.
said it was bulky like a baby bear, but
Y'all,
baby bears
it was
are out
so
season.
creepy because the way that it was walking was literally like a bear. You know how bears kind of have like that weird strut to them? That's what it was doing, and it was on all fours.
But it wasn't
But
a
it
bear.
was not a
'cause
bear.
I
It was
saw
not
the
in
same
season.
thing.
And the funny thing about it, too, the other funny
It's
thing
like
about it,
agreeing with what we're
Yeah.
saying. Like, yeah, hey guys, it wasn't
Were
a
you
fucking
there?
bear.
the other funny thing about it is after we finally, the last warning, we actually took to heart. We kind of got our equipment real quick. We hightailed it into the car, and we went up to where the top part of the cemetery was, where the crying angel statue is. by the time we got up to where the crying angel statue was, it was already up there watching us.
If you were there at the cemetery when that happened, can you turn on that cap off? You followed us from that?
But we were pretty razzled by that whole experience.
Like you would not believe.
Yeah.
See, after every investigation we do and we come in here, we will ask, like, hey, if any of you have been in here, did you follow us from this location? And if a device goes off, we just accept it.
Well,
But
also,
before we leave, sorry,
I was just gonna say that.
before we leave any investigation or any place that we go to do the investigation, we all say a protection prayer and we all say you are not allowed to follow us.
Yeah.
And we should, but we don't. We should have a sage box with us at the same time.
And maybe with some holy water.
We need to.
We try to, it's like we talked earlier, we will not provoke. We might do like a little trigger object, like when we went down to Williamston Cemetery, Mr. Hop died from a horse accident. So we would play maybe the sound of a horse. So we might do a little triggering, but we will not provoke. We will not use any Ouija boards. We will not do anything like that. And we will try to debunk stuff.
We won't even do seances. Seances
No.
can be good and they can be bad. Most people who do paranormal investigations.
There's something walking in here.
I just heard it over there.
It's like
too.
flicking over.
Yeah,
the
I heard it
floor
over
here.
there. It's probably looking for the chair because in this room, I don't know if anybody else was going to say anything, but in this room also, the chair that Chase is sitting on, we normally have it over there by the chest of drawers. When it's over there, you can always see like a misty shape. It's a person that it likes that chair. It will sit there all day, all night long.
So,
I think it claimed that chair or it was attached to that chair.
Yeah, it looks like a woman sitting in the chair with her legs crossed.
Yep, and
like
she's just as
reading a
contented
book
as
or
can be,
chilling
yeah.
there,
Yeah.
drinking coffee, maybe it's a residual energy. We don't
So we've done enough investigations now at this point. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because we've already talked about this. We're kind of in an area where it sucks to be a paranormal investigator because it's so hard to find a location. Wow, look at that. It's so hard to find a location that we can actually go to and investigate because all the places are in Charleston. Mind you, we live like 5 hours away from Charleston. So to get over there on a weekend or whatever is very, very rough. So we're in the process of trying to get some places before we do move. But
stop it.
I'm going to be honest, we probably only have enough time to get this one location in before.
Back away.
Well, we're hoping to get two because Tom's trying to get
Oh,
a
yeah,
place.
yeah, two locations. Wow, whoa.
What are you guys doing? Stop it. Stop it. You are not going to get any
Step
candy.
away. Step
Okay,
away.
come on.
Step away. I mean, it's been messing with that one the entire time.
Yeah.
Maybe now it's moving over
I
to this
think
one.
it's, like I said, I think it likes yours. I think yours might have a little bit more energy in it that it tries to drain. That's what I'm.
Yeah, well, it's been messing with yours. It's just that yours isn't as loud as mine is,
And
but it's
nobody
been
bumped the
touching
bed.
that one.
Nobody
Yeah, I
touched it.
Nope, I was just sitting here.
That's your fault, mine. That was yours.
But, yeah, so we're trying to get at least 1 to 2 locations in before we do move, but who knows? So,
Yeah, we have, what we're going to try to do, as you notice, if you watch all of our videos, and again, we're not like begging and pleading or anything, but please, if you do, please subscribe to. Check Lurking Spirits on YouTube. Abby is also putting them on TikTok, but our main channel is YouTube. So, if you want to go on there, what we're going to try to do is each time we go to a location, we're going to try to end up doing like a podcast or something right after so we can have our video and a podcast kind of like in this scenario here after each video for you to check out. And feel free to, none of us did say, I don't know what's going on here. What we didn't say is, please feel free to make comments or suggestions on our site. We will take any comments to heart. We will take any suggestions to heart. Now, if you do make a comment like that lady, okay, we didn't get upset or anything by it, but, don't tell us, hey, we didn't do anything wrong when we have no clue who you were.
That's why it's getting darker in here.
Yeah, it is. It's draining that. If you're going to comment like that, we ran into several people. There was no group in particular. We don't know who you are. We don't know you personally. So if you're going to make a comment like that, you better make sure you know that we know who you are first. I mean, because that was kind of stupid to say that. But however, you can get, make remarks on there, hey, I don't believe you, whatever.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's your prerogative. We'll accept that. I'm
Ariana,
just
how
going
you
to down
really
for what we
explain
do because we
what
have
happened
passion
here?
about this. We are very passionate about what we do, so please don't cut us down and, insult our intelligence or our investigations. But
Yeah,
we
we
don't.
do appreciate the constructive criticism, but we don't appreciate being like cut down
Yeah,
for things
being
that we
rude
didn't even do.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if we kind of called out that group in particular,
Well, hi again.
but we didn't. We didn't say their names. We didn't say anything about them. What is going on?
It's going by it because the purple one was lighting up. But that's just it. Make any comments, I mean, good or bad. I mean, we know, we only have the 4 videos out. This will be our 5th. We know that each video we do, we're going to improve.
Mhm.
We're getting better equipment. We're planning on sometime in the future, we're hoping to get another camera. Maybe some more equipment. But just please be patient with us. Please like us, subscribe.
Look how hot that is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you didn't even smell it. It kind of smells burnt.
Oh,
You
no,
smell it?
no,
I can
I
smell it.
can't. But yeah, I mean, and it's suggestions before we go anywhere. We want to have a couple of good sites because a lot of ours has been outside. We would really like to get a good indoor investigation somewhere. So if somebody has something suggestion close to the Williamston area that we are allowed to go in without getting fined or in trouble for trespassing.
Spending a week in.
Oh, and that's what I was going to say before when Chase started talking about the area. If you go towards the Charleston area, Spartansburg, stuff like that, people are a little bit more open to the investigation.
Down here.
This area here, you say investigation, I don't know if they think we're going to do rituals and destroy property and devil worshiping or whatever, but boy, they do not want to touch investigating in this area
I'm
whatsoever.
really hoping this video kind of clarifies, what we do, why we want to do it. I mean, clearly the evidence we just captured in this room it kind of actually mimicked what happened the other day that I was telling some people at work about, and they were like, "No way, we want to see that." Well, this is kind of mimicking that. It's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, we're going to be ending this here pretty soon, so if the spirits want to touch these machines there again, because we're going to have a lot of footage to go over here.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I think this is a great podcast / investigation. I mean, we've had a lot of
We'll have
activity.
more during when our next videos come out and everything.
Before